We're doing a Paris debrief, okay? So I got back from Paris and now I've been home for a couple of days. We're back to work, we're living, right? And I, I don't even have words. It was literally incredible. Incredible. Paris and Rome were amazing. So this is my day one vlog, and let me tell you, we started flying at 4:30. I think my plane took off 4:30 Eastern time. And then we got to Paris at 9:30 a.m. So, and the literal first thing that we did when we got off that plane is, well, we had our bags stored in this like locker situation, and then inside of a cell phone store. And then we went and got some kind of a pastry, okay? We got a pastry because you know your girl was about to eat a pastry, right? It was really interesting to see like the streets of Paris while we were getting our like Uber to the Airbnb. Our Airbnb was so small, by the way. And everything in Paris has 10,000 steps and no elevators. So next time I go to Paris, I will do the Stairmaster first in preparation. We ended up going to Musée d'Orsay that first day to try and beat some of the jet lag, which, foreshadowing, we didn't. It still got us. We're not perfect, right? And it was amazing. And so Van Gogh is there, Monet is there, tons of sculptures, tons of other amazing artists. And so I was able to see Starry Night in person, and that, you guys, I think that there is something to be said about like seeing these things and feeling like this like can't be real, right? What do you mean I'm seeing this? This is like the original in person, a foot away from me, max. Wild. We also got to see so many other amazing art, but it was incredible. We spent about 2.5 hours there, which was like the perfect amount of time, and we didn't even see everything. If you're gonna go to the museums in Paris, keep in mind that they have like little tucked away rooms, and so you can think that you're like on the straight path, you're like gonna have a smooth little way to go, but no, suddenly you're like to the left and to the left and to the right and in deep to the basement area, and you can't figure out how to get out because you can't find a map, right? It was the most insane thing how much more art kept popping up out of nowhere. It was incredible. After Orsay, we did have a little boat cruise tour, which we ended up being late for, but we were able to see the Eiffel Tower sparkle, which I guess it sparkles every hour for like 3 minutes. And then I think the midnight hour, it actually like turns off and just sparkles. So it like black sparkles, which is super interesting. And everyone on social media was like, don't fall into the tourist traps of eating over there, of buying the little light up Eiffel Towers. I got my first affogato at the Eiffel Tower. I'm just saying, I didn't buy any souvenirs, okay, but I did get a coffee there because I had to try it, you know? It was important. After walking and seeing the Eiffel Tower, we were able to find where we needed to go for the little boat cruise. And we actually decided to do a boat cruise that was just music. It didn't have any talking, didn't have any of that. Like, we were just trying to enjoy our night with like less people and just see the lights, have the best time. Incredible choice, you guys. It was so relaxing and it was just incredible choice. It was so relaxing, and the historical stuff, if you want to do another boat cruise after, but that first day we needed that. We needed that boat cruise. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. It was like French classical music, and it really just it was beautiful. It genuinely was. So then we decided, okay, well, we're hungry because we're still on American time, right? And we start wandering around. We get down to some local neighborhoods, and we find out that a lot of their kitchens are closed. Which is fine, but I don't drink, and the person that I was with doesn't drink either, like necessarily a ton. So we were looking for actual food, but it was so kind. The guy at the bar, the waiter at the bar, was like, well, I can make you like a killer cheese and meat tray, like charcuterie board. I said, you say less, babe. Say less. I love a charcuterie board. I do. It had a bunch of different meats I've never tried on there before, a bunch of different cheese I've never eaten. It was so cool. And just genuinely like sitting in there, everybody was around us was chatting, drinking. One thing I learned about Paris and Italy also, there's no flames under the cheeks. Like, we are in slow mode, just enjoying our life, which that's a vibe. I'm here for that. Overall, my day one in Paris was incredible. Just being in the atmosphere, walking around. There was a little market. We just kind of walked up and down just to see what was up, and seeing the streets, getting our Airbnb, the hustle and bustle, and getting back at like 2 a.m. and there still being a bunch of people outside was wild to me. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that we ended up doing Orsay the first day. One, it was only really busy right by Starry Night. And then as you kind of got out of that area with Starry Night and Monet and the self-portrait of Van Gogh, it slowed down a ton. So you had a lot of your own space to just exist. It truly felt electric, honestly. And I know that there's a lot of things that people will say about Paris and Americans, but literally just by saying bonjour every time you walked into a restaurant, or bonsoir when you walked in at nighttime, I feel like, yes, they could tell I'm an American, right? Like, I don't got an accent. Like, I very much give not Parisian. So they knew that, and they would talk English back to me usually. But I think that it really meant a lot that you actually tried to understand them, respect their culture, kind of that stuff. And I think that that goes a long way. Also with the fact that I'm delusional, okay? I'm delusionally positive, and it usually works out in my favor. But also, if people are mean, I don't take it as mean. I'm like, oh, you're just grumpy. What does that have to do with me? You can't be mean to me. But yeah, oh, that first day in Paris was like the best culture shock. I realized that day in the Orsay, like, I'm genuinely going to see these art pieces that I never imagined being able to see in person in my entire life. My breath was taken away the entire time, and I cried over the lily pads painting because, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, we grow up seeing this stuff and I'm actually seeing it. I'm doing something that people will never get to do in their entire life. It's incredible. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful that the stars aligned enough for me to be able to experience that. It was amazing.